and I love King of the Ring. So as far as like wrestling goals, like now I'm on bonus time. Like if they would have been like, hey, you won King of the Ring, and I came in the back and he hit me with you're fired, I would have been like, all right, deuces, I appreciate it. It's been a fun ride.
It is me. It is SP3. We are on Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel, and I am here. I have been granted an audience with your king, my king, everyone's king. King Woods is here with me. Thank you so much, my king.
Now bow. There we go. That's good. Good, great. You may rise. There you are. Yeah. Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. We are here in Brooklyn for the Survivor Series 2021. You are one of the stars of Team SmackDown. Do you feel that you are one of like the leaders of the SmackDown locker room, and what does your role on Team SmackDown entail?
Well, as a superstar as I am, because I'm the king, yes, I do feel a certain obligation to lead troops into battle and make sure that morale is high and make sure that they're well fed and taken care of. They are my people. I am them and they are me. And so if I wasn't able to take care of them, if I wasn't able to protect them, if I wasn't able to win matches like these, then there'd be a problem. And so this Sunday, especially due to the fact that Team Raw is a hot mess of oblong puzzle pieces that will never fit together, SmackDown is going to obliterate them.
Indeed, and with King Woods in that position, I'm sure that they have a better chance of getting that done. But how does it feel? You know, you're just coming off of SmackDown where the Bloodline have kind of targeted you and destroyed your crown. So what is the intel that the King has to go through to obtain a new crown?
Things are in the works.
I like that tease. That's a very good tease as well. But you're a busy man.
Yes.
You got Survivor Series this Sunday, but you've also been working on G4. Congratulations on that. How's it been being on that platform that you've been following since you were young? So
It's been crazy because, like you said, it's something that you've been into since you were a kid. So for me, I feel very lucky that I have been able to find a couple of passions. Like I have this crazy passion for wrestling, I have this crazy passion for games, and a crazy passion for music. And I'm getting to explore all of those in some way or another. So I heard this quote and it was like, what was it? Do your best to build a life that you don't need to vacation from. And I was like, oh, yeah, we should all do that. We should do that. And so I was like, I need to go into games. I need to do something with games right now. I don't need to wait because I don't know if I'm going to die when I leave this room, you know? Like, not to be morbid or anything, but, like, we got to live life. And so you say I'm busy, but I feel like we make time for the things that we want in life. And when we don't make time for those things, it's because we don't actually want them, you know? And it's taking a second being real with yourself. So, like, I always tell people this story. When I was a kid, I wanted to learn Japanese so bad, right? Yeah. And so my mom every year would get me like Japanese books and CDs, like to teach herself. I don't know any words in Japanese. And that's because I was in love with the idea of me knowing Japanese, but I didn't want to learn Japanese. So like by not putting my time towards it, I clearly didn't want it. I just kept saying it. So it's like, oh, if I sit down and I'm real with myself, like what do I want? I want to be some kind of force in wrestling. I don't know. I want to be a positive force. And I want to work in games, and I want to learn this bass guitar so I can play some gigs around, you know. And in the people keep doing rock impressions, and they're getting worse and worse as we go along. And I'm probably going to be last, so it's just going to be terrible. But what I hope is that, you know, when I get done wrestling, then I can be on a schedule where I'm like gone from home for 2 weeks and I'm home for 2 months, hanging with the kids, doing whatever. And so burning the candle at both ends right now, to me, will hopefully pay off in the next like 5 or 6 years,
I mean, in a way, it's been paying off right now because you're on the run of your career in wrestling. Like I said, the G4, you got up, down, down. So how do you kind of put your hands in all these different pots and balance it all?
I don't know. I feel like they're all kind of connected because I feel like I'm essentially trying to do the same thing everywhere. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself in that space, I guess is the best way to put it. So as far in wrestling, everything with New Day, we've been able to accomplish so many things as a tag team, and that's been my focus. Like since I was a kid, I loved tag team wrestling and I love King of the Ring. So as far as like wrestling goals, like now I'm on bonus time. Like if they would have been like, hey, you won King of the Ring, and I came in the back and he hit me with you're fired, I would have been like, All right, deuces. I appreciate it. It's been a fun ride. So being in this realm of my career, I feel really excited because now I'm digging more into that notebook of things people told me that would never happen. When I was in FCW back in the day, hey, I think we should do this, this, and this. No, that's ridiculous. This is a wrestling show. Why would you try to be funny? People don't want to be entertained and they don't want to laugh. What are you talking about, dude? And then we made New Day, and everybody shut up. Not everybody, but those people. I have lots of beef in my chest from the past. Anyway, it drives me. So I'm digging more into that notebook of ridiculous things and seeing how I can work them into the show and make them fun and exciting, and make them feel new. Because I feel like if we just regurgitate the same thing over and over again, we're not artists anymore. We're rehashing things, and that's totally fine. I'm not knocking that vibe, but for me, my brain feels at homeostasis, I guess. I feel even. I feel not off kilter when I'm creating something. And so with all of this stuff in this solo run that I'm having right now, I'm going to do my best to create things every week. And they might not work at all. It might be the worst thing you've ever seen in your life, but I'm making an attempt to be something better. And I feel like I could give you the same thing. I could serve you the same lunch. Every day we can eat pizza with the square pepperonis. It's going to be good for a few weeks. And then you're going to want something else. So I'm going to attempt to bring something different to the table every time they see me. And we'll see if it works.
I would say it's working out for you pretty well right now, but like you said, you had the goals of tag team wrestling, had the goals of King of the Ring. You've crossed both of those out. You had the goal of G4, crossed that out. What would you say is something that the fans might not know is in that notebook as far as like your next goals that you're looking at? I mean, you put out the King of the Ring one, and was accomplished. So I'm not asking you anything that you wouldn't do already.
So I haven't put this one into existence yet, but it's something that I really want, and I want it really bad. I want a WrestleMania match with Cesaro. Yeah. Like I want us to fight, not to the death, but tooth and nail, something nasty and gritty at a WrestleMania. Like that to me is my. I'd poop my pants if that happened. Hopefully not during the match, at least. I don't want to poop my pants at all. Backtrack that. I would love that. That to me would be my next thing to get. Because I feel like it's weird to say titles. Like obviously I want all the titles at all the times. Like if they're like, hey, here's a title match with Roman. Like of course that is what I want. A match with Shinsuke. That is what I want. But if I have a match with Shinsuke, then I got to bring back the white leather, and there's a whole thing. So maybe we should shoot for Shinsuke. I don't know. But yeah, having a match with Cesaro at WrestleMania with some meaning behind it would be my magic wand. What would you do if you could?
That is one I didn't expect, but it makes a lot of sense. I like it. My final question for you, because I know you're a big wrestling fan, like you already established here. Who would you say is Mr. Survivor Series? Because, you heard The Rock impersonation. He debuted there. He won the WWF title there. Undertaker debuted there. Roman has debuted there. Randy Orton's won all the Survivor Series matches. Who is when you think about Survivor Series, who's your Mr. or Mrs. Survivor Series?
Before you even said anything, you know what I was going to say. I was going to say Roman.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Was it the first Survivor Series match that he was in? He had like 900 eliminations, even though there's only 5 people on the team. It was like, good Lord. And then we wrestled them at Survivor Series, New Day vs. Shield, and they beat us at Survivor Series. I don't know, at least modern era, yeah, Roman. But it's funny because he's about to whip that. I won't say the S. See, I said it separate, so it's not a bad word.
Not a bad word at all. I want to thank you, King Woods, for granting me an audience with you.
But of course.
It is me, SP3, and this has been Sportskeeda Wrestling.